It's the Melbourne preview part of Show Us Your Tips. For those that are just on board for the first time, welcome aboard. Subscribe to us on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere good podcasts are found. And give us some feedback. Send in your tips each week. Send in anything you'd like to know about, any horses you want us to discuss, and we'll have a look at. And I guess get on board, really. We're building a bit of a ground following and see how we go. Big shout out to the Gump, who gave us plenty of feedback last week.
Yeah, thanks, Gump.
He was keen on Toffee Tongue, so we had a result there. So well done, Gumpy. He'll be on the show at some point over spring once we're allowed to see him and have more than 2 people in a room.
He'll give us a few tips.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. And yeah, that's where to find us. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow, all the usual stuff. And we'll get into Melbourne now.
Race 6.
Race 6 at Melbourne.
First leg of the Quaddie. Sydney we've already covered off. A tough meeting at Caulfield again on the weekend. Again, if you can find a couple of winners, you're going to have a good day. But we'll kick off first with race 6. And our first favourite in race 6 is So Sabon, $3.40. Hangman, $3.80. Mask of Time, $6.50. So You Win, $9.50. Mahamadeus, $9.50, and 12s plus the rest.
I'll kick off this one.
Yeah, you have a crack, mate.
All right. I am... It's not one of mine, but I'm going on the favourite, Sosibon. I think it sits just behind the pace. Tommy Stockdale will ride it fine. He'll sit just off Mask of Time. It'll be an absolute rinse and repeat of what it did last start in an almost weaker race. Over the mile, it's now had to kill. I think Sosibon might string a few together. I think it's a good play to finally take it out of the Red Hot Group 1s, and it might have a good winter now, just going around to Caulfield every 2 weeks and picking up a check. And I think Sosibon is my bet. When we get to it, will be my best of the day, but there's nothing here that worries me, really. Talk about Hangman. I think it might be looking for further, but it's just a hunch. It's running well. And the only one I want to mention is Kaweah, because it shouldn't be $23. What is it now? 23 still? Yep.
Yes, $26.
26.
First up.
And I want to. It is a bit short, but a good fresh horse and a real line chaser. When $26 in this field, there's a lot to go around. I'll almost. I won't be doing it, but I contemplate having my best bet and best value on the same race. So, but for now, Sosibon, I think, is the obvious. Tommy Stockdale's flying, and quite easy for me to have a bet. Yeah,
look, I haven't gone the same way purely because Sosibon doesn't win out of turn one last start, so it's got to win 2 in a row, and I'm just not that confident the horse can do that. It's carrying 61.5. So it's paid a bit of a penalty for last start win. I'm going to go for the horse I can't even say the name for, Mahamadeus.
Oh, Mahamadeus.
Yeah, Mahamadeus. They backed it off the map last start and just didn't run up to expectations, but the race wasn't overly run to suit. So I'm going to bank on they expected to run better last start. It didn't, so I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit of money come for it again at $9.50. I'm going to go that way without a lot of confidence with the race.
No, I love Beaver. I love you tipping a horse that's been 10 of 18, 11 of 18, 10 of 10, and 8 from 13. Beaver. That's it.
That's how bad a race it is.
I know. That's what I found. I found Sosibon, so who am I?
Yeah.
It's a horse of ability, but now it's a year and a bit out of it,
Yes.
I don't know what to make of it anymore.
Yeah, but a lot of these you can look at the same thing and
Did you have any opinion of the bottom rate there? The import, Southern Rock?
Well, it's hard to know at the moment. It's obviously a chance. Look, Archie Alexander, I like him as a trainer, doing some good things. First up, just depends how fit and ready it is.
Yep. I couldn't find a heap of trials, or it's just it's a number for the Quaddie, and that's it for me.
As you said, like probably Leopari, you can cross off anything out of the others.
Okay, so You Win, I'm done with. Vaucluse Bay, I'm done with. Mask of Time, I would have liked a few back, but I'm done with.
Yeah.
That's why I like Kaweah. $26, Archie Alexander.
Yep.
First up of the mile, and likes the line, can win. But so I think it's a fair enough summary. And Hangman's slightly raced.
We could talk forever about
20.
these things, trying to find
an average race, and we've spent a bit of time on it.
Let's go.
So
race 7.
We'll move on to race 7 over the, where are we here? Over the 1800 metre this time, benchmark 84.
Yep.
How's the market look here?
Market is looking like Shot of Irish, $4.60, Aussie Nugget, $6, $6.50 Sentimentalist, Grazing a Star, $7, Nudge Bar, $7.50, Think We're Due, $7.50, and 12s or better the rest.
Beautiful. Go on, Beaver.
Yeah, look, the top three in the market here, or four out of the top five, have all won their last start, which is good.
It's nice to have a bit of winning form in a race.
A little bit of winning form, which makes it again difficult. Plenty of value again in this race. Look, I'm going to go for the favourite at $4.60, Shot of Irish. I thought it was a nice win last start. Beat a pretty decent horse, I think. But again, the track did suit on pace, and it did control the speed. And look, it went to the line, but it never looked in danger in the race. So I think if it can get to the front again from gate 2, which it would, control the pace, going to be really hard to run down. Is there any challenges for the lead for Shot of Irish, do you think?
I thought Nudge Bar pushes. I thought Sentimentalist takes control.
Right.
But they're the two, and Nudge Bar can push up underneath. Think We're Due's drawn out wide, but should have a fair bit of control. It'll be Sentimentalist and Shot of Irish, and not much other opposition there, and not many chases really.
What do you like?
I'm going to say Sentimentalist. I liked it last start. They saved it off the wet track last week to come here. I'm scared of Shot of Irish, a lighter raced horse, but not by much. But I think Sentimentalist is now flying. I think Dwayne Dunn around a cool field. By then he'll know the bias and he'll know whether to sit off or put pressure on.
Yep.
And I think just at twice the price, as a flying horse who's found some form this prep, is going quite well. Shot of Irish was the other obvious, and not a whole lot more there. The top weight's a very good horse, Defibrillate, but Talia Hope first up. It's a run around for it.
Probably want further.
It'll want further, and it could have a good prep. I think this might race. Defibrillate might race through maybe second, third up, and start stringing 2 or 3 together again like it's done. I think it's very well placed. It can run on here, but I think I know Talia Hope rides a lot for Pat Payne, but we've talked about it before. Not a betting prospect. I know it's 20s.
61.5.
Yeah, so it's down to 59. It'll just be a workaround for it, but I think it's a horse to follow. But the two we've talked about is the two for me.
Yeah, good.
Cool. Look at us flying through this. This is a punchy little episode. We're going to race 8, the 1100 metre handicap. And the market looks like we've got 2 little flying races to finish today, but 1100 metres first of all. Beaver, how's the market look?
Yeah, nice little race this one with, again, plenty of value. $6 the field here, but we've got favourite William Thomas at $6, Vainstream $6.50, Coruscate at $6.50, Eduardo $9, Tavasan at $9.50, Newsgirl $9.50, Esperance $10 and $13 or better the rest. Over to you.
Heap of pace here.
A
lot of pace, and I sort of started by looking for Tavasan, but there's so much pace there, I'm not sure quite where to get. So I went to William Thomas, Scene of the Crime from a couple of weeks back. I think it's the same setup. It's had its kill last start. Mickey D will just sit back, pull it outside, and chase the pace home. As long as there's no Caulfield bias, I think it's one of the better bets today, William Thomas.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot else here. I think, like I said, went looking for Tavasan. I think Eduardo's gone, who's in the market. I'm sick of it. Al Luca's an emergency. Music Edition on the fences. The hot pace. Corsicrate and Esperance, I think, drawn inside doesn't suit them behind that pace. So I was able to pen quite a few here. And I think if Montenegro Man gets a run, be the only one that I'd mention. But William Thomas, yeah.
Yep.
I spoke a lot there. I said a lot of words when I could have said 2.
Yeah, I've gone William Thomas as well, and I thought $6 was
I think it's a good bet.
Decent value. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good last start. It had been promising to put a race in like that. Finally got the pace, finally got the setup, and just went bang and beat him. And, there's no reason why that won't happen again. So, yeah, William Thomas for me. And, look, again, I can't find too many dangers, to be totally honest. I think probably the main danger is Vainstream.
I agree, yep. And Callow's really busting his butt at the moment. He's really riding well. And like I said, that I went the lightly raced as the other danger, Montenegro Man, just because it's, down in the weights. And if it gets a start, can challenge there to be pushing through.
Yeah.
But I think William Thomas should get the run to suit. And we talked about it last week, and this is a case in point where over the off-season racing, it's quite good betting when tracks stay fair and reasonable. Either get your dry summer tracks or your wet winter tracks somewhere between. There's a lot of copy and paste races.
Yep.
The same scenarios 2 weeks ago. We've talked about how many times a day out of 7 races we've reviewed, 5 of them we've said, well, hang on, this happened last start and it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in 2 weeks we'll be talking about William Thomas again if it wins this week. But it's a good betting opportunity. You can follow horses in form and you can pen others that aren't. Final leg of the Quaddie takes us to the 1,000-metre dash, race 9 for the 3-year-olds. And how's the market look here?
Yeah, another open betting market here. Absolute Flirt is the favourite at $3.60. The Astrologist at $5.50. Galenas at $6.50. The General at $7.50. Strasbourg at $11. $12. The rest.
Beautiful. Your turn?
Yeah, what do you think what's going to make the pace here?
So the pace I had, young Liam coming from out wide with I think there's a ton of pace again. Magnajet from the inside have kept to run, but mainly out wide, Galenas, young Liam, I did it for love, and the General pushing forward. So all out wide pace. Moi Shah is an interesting one because now it's Damien Oliver and could lob right in the right spot there or might push her and take the rail if the opportunities are there. But I'd pace out wide, essentially. Who are we looking at?
I'm going the Astrologist. McAvoy, first start with Dwayne Dunn. Last preparation was very good. Only had the 3 starts for 2 wins and a second. First up, I'm hoping that it's done enough to have a first up win. So I'm going to go the Astrologist. Again, hard to find too much else. Absolute Flirt, third up, so it should be ready to do its best. First up was very good. Second up wasn't a bad run, so it should be okay. But yeah, I'm going to go the Astrologist, $5.50.
Good bet. I think I put my hands up in the air at this race, so I went 3 outside the market.
Yep.
I went, first of all, my starting point was Moi Shah. It's now Damien Oliver coming off a couple 3 good wins over the 1,000 and non-event. It should push through and hopefully sit just behind the lead. I want to mention young Liam, who might get control from the outside gate and push right across. And I just look for the 3,000-metre horses as far as I'm concerned. The other one was I Did It For Love. The only defeat it's had was a great run against Masked Crusader.
Yep.
It's about $13. It is Talia Hope we talked about earlier, but these 1,000-metre races outside gate, the apprentice has got one job to sit there and hold tight, and if it's fast enough, it's good enough. If not, it's not. And by this stage of the day, I think I'll be having a beer and I'll be kicking back, and it'll be a bit of a you can't really say shits and giggles, but a bit of some smaller bets to see how my Quaddie might lob if I'm going to have a Quaddie. But a tough race to finish over the 1,000 metres. I wanted to oppose the favourite. I'm just sick of Absolute Flirt.
Yeah.
And I had no knock on the Astrologer. I think it's a nice little horse. But I just think it's a
wide open race.
A wide open race. You try and have 6 or 7 in your Quaddie and just have a beer and cross your fingers and cheer one home. As we did last week. Anything to add to that?
No, that's it for me. So, Quaddie numbers.
Quaddie numbers, hey? So, you may as well drive this one because I drove the last.
Yep. So, kicking off at race 6. Mm-hmm. So, Quaddie numbers for me, I had 2, 8, 7, and 10.
2, 8, 7, and 10. The one I'm happy to debate, I'm happy to leave out the 7 for the 1 just because it had the win and it's now $26, but can be swayed either way. I'll go with both. Throw them both in on a wider Quaddie.
Yeah, I want the 7 in because
7. I'll see the 7 and I'll carry the 1.
Okay.
Go a bit wider there. So was it 1, 2, 7, 8, and 10?
Yep.
A bit wider there. What do you second leg?
Second leg, I
tell a lie. No, wait, let's skinny that down. I tell a lie, absolutely. I was looking at race 5. No, skinny that back down. Just have your Sosi Bond and your horse and Kiwaya. Yep. 1, 2, 7.
1, 2, 7, all right.
We're opposing Hangman.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I was looking at the 1,000 metre race.
No, that's okay.
1, 2, 7.
Yep.
Hangman, yay or nay? Or we just say safe and try and go wider
We're going
later?
to stay off and we can go
All right.
wider later.
Let's put it in the line. All right, what do you got here?
Yeah, I'm happy just to go 6, 11, 5.
6, 11, 5. Okay, happy to leave Crystal Dreamer out. Yep, sweet. And the only other one I had was Catch Me, just as a... I don't even know why. Let's get the right race, actually. 6, 11, 5. Oh, new arrangement goes in if it runs, I should say.
New arrangement is scratched.
Oh, it's out? Then it's definitely running Sydney. Perfect. 6, 11, 5, I'm happy with. Nothing for the 1. Leave it out, you reckon?
I'll throw it in. Keep
Throw it
one
in.
in as well.
Okay, 1, 6, 11, 5.
Yep.
Yep, done. And we go to race 8. What do you got here, Beef?
I've just got the 3, the 5,
Yep.
and the 12.
Beautiful. The 2 I was going to mention is Montenegro Man and Tavisan, which is 7 and 20. I might let's just throw Montenegro in if it gets a run.
Okay, cool.
If Tavisan wins, I get to say told you so next week. That's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Copy that. I'm better at the fact than actually winning.
So
And
3, 5, 12, and 20.
Yep. Nothing news, girl. Too much pace, you reckon?
No, not for me.
All right, 3, 5, 12, and 20.
Yep.
And we're going wide here, I assume.
We're going to go a little bit wide here. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 13, 14, 17.
So 2, 3, 5,
Yep.
9. What else? 14.
13, 14, 17. Happy to be trimmed up there, but
Yeah,
I think let's go.
let's trim one up. I'm happy to leave the general out.
Yep, done. That was what I would have said. So let's have a recap on this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 13. So that gives us Moisha, Absolute Flirt, High Strange. How strange you can go?
I'm happy to leave High Stranger out as well.
Where is that from? High Strange you can go.
So that's 2,
Yes, Joel just goes
3,
in.
5, 9, 14, 17.
Yep.
All right, so we'll repeat those legs. First leg, 1, 2, 7. Second leg, 1, 6, 11, and 5. Third leg, 3, 5, 12, 20. And the final leg, 2, 3, 5, 9, 14, 17. So that's 12, 48. It's about 250.
So a bit skinny, but we get 25%. Yeah, 20%, yeah. But I think, my recommendation would be go as wide as you can in the last leg and sit back and have a beer and cheer at home with us, as we'll be doing on Facebook Live if we're live, I think.
That's perfect.
Your best of the day there. I'll go first. I'm going Sosie Bon as my best. I can't believe I've done that. I've never done it before, but here we are. Start a tipping show and tip Sosie Bon is your best of the day. That's the way you live your life. And my best value is race 5, Paul's Regret. I think it's about the $8.
Yep.
She was good last start. She's a good little filly. Stuck wide, finished alongside the finish with Lankan Star, who I've set at 23s, so I guess I've got to include her as well. But nice little horse, Lankan. Paul's Regret.
Yeah, nice one. My best bet of the day comes up in race 5, so I'm actually going to oppose you, Daggy.
Good.
It's a Kind of Magic. Is my best bet of the day.
Yep, absolutely.
I think it's a horse on the way up. So yeah, really keen on that one. And my best value bet of the day is pretty tough, but I'm going to go race 4, number 2, Pure Scott, $8.50.
Beautiful.
Is my each way bet of the day.
Excellent. Anything else at Caulfield you like?
Mate, I do think the favourite in the first race is going to be super hard to beat. National Choice. Its first up win was very impressive. Ran home really well. Damien Oliver aboard. It's drawn well. Up a bit in weights, but I think this horse on the way up. So $2.50, that's for me.
Excellent. I think Something Silver in race 4 will race quite well. Third up now. Should be ready to go. But a tough day at Caulfield. Both the two major metro meetings are half midweek and half a bit tough, but big fields and good betting, so that's what we want to be here for. Group 1 racing at Adelaide, Beeve. Do you want to have a quick look over there? Anything you like there? It's a much tougher day than last weekend, where we found a few, but we see Dala Sun and the much spruiked Russian Camelot and Warning all clashing in the Derby.
Yep.
Did you have a look through the day there? Anything you liked?
I've had a look through the day. What do you like in the Derby?
You know what I want? I just want to lay Russian Camelot. I think, how do you tip a horse to win a Group 1, having been scratched at the barriers, 3 weeks between runs, issues all the way through? You're now second up over a 10-week prep into a Derby. I think it's like, well, how do you... Whereas Darlason's a good horse. If Russian Camelot wins, it's a superstar.
Yeah.
But it's got to get in the gates yet. Yeah. So I think
Warning.
Warning. It's a chance. It's what's it? It's $3.50. There's no cream there.
$4.
Best horses don't win. Best horses win Oaks.
Yes.
You can get the non-staying fillies that go like your Streamers and your Moshines and that go around and win. Best horses don't win derbies. Best stayers win derbies, as we've seen with in Sydney with the Quick Thinker and those sort of horses.
Yeah.
So you want to oppose Darlason. I think it's more of a mile or 2,000.
I was a bit worried about the 2,500 for Darlason.
It's not a 2,500 horse.
Yeah, it's just really concerned. And if you look at last start, it had a dream run. It won well. There's no doubt about it. But Warning
was taken off
at this 800. It was into Warning, and then the last 200, it really finished off the race really well. Just worries me whether Warning prefers a little bit of sting out of the ground, and what the track might likely be.
I just think it's the best stayer.
But I think it's the best stayer.
And best stayers win derbies. Best stayers don't win Oaks.
Yeah.
I can't take a horse, like I said, second up into a derby in Russian Camelot. So I think that makes Warning a bet. And Moonlight Gambler's 20s.
Yes.
It's been the finish both lead-ups.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the obvious?
Well, it's not.
Well, I can't say obvious, but you've got to put in your trifectas.
You've got to put it in your trifectas.
And if it's $25 on a day, I'll probably be backing it.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So, yeah, look, there's...
How much does Canaan would win this by if it goes here?
Well, exactly.
But, like I said, we might sit here on next Tuesday and go, when Russian Camelot's win by 4 and going, well, O'Brien's a genius. What price? You're pointing at Moisha. Where's that at?
Yeah, that's in... It's also You'll Accept
I might go over there.
Race 4. Moisha. It's top weight, paying $5.50.
Oh, I'm guessing it's going there.
I reckon it'll go there. But it's got 63.5 kilos.
What's the bottom weight there?
About 55. Big weight.
Needoff's fine.
Yeah.
Needoff's good bet.
550, so it'll be interesting. I'd assume
I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, so we'll see where that runs.
I'd rather back at $23 if Ollie on board than 61. I want to mention good little filly there. What's his name? Ecumenical.
Yes.
It'll win the lead up, the 2-year-old race. Here, my best bets has failed me.
Yep. In race 2.
Race 2, you can get
$2.35.
Yeah, good bet. It'll win. And Cool Up will win. Cool Up will win the sprint.
There's a couple of nice horses in there, and One More Jack will win the third race as well at $3.50. It's won 6 in a row, so it's gone for 7 in a row. And this is, the second favourite is Jacobite Prince at $4.80, and I just think that's a cat.
It was awful last start, wasn't it?
Oh,
had its birthday 2 starts back.
It had its birthday. It won 2 starts back, but had everything go its way, and it wasn't convincing. So One More Jack he was on the fence last start and just kept finding and finding and finding it. Knows how to win. So I actually think that's,
there's some good betting to be done there.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So run us through that. So we had race 2, Epicural.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Race 3... Economical.
Race 3, One More Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had I
like to cure up down in race 6.
Race 6.
About $3.50 as well.
Yeah, $3.10. Bit of money for that.
I think it's now third up. It's back to where it bolted in first start, but you could argue it should have been to finish both. Well, it should have been to finish both its first 2 starts this prep, and it should win this. Derby's a tough race, but I think there's some good betting to be done in Adelaide.
Yep.
As we've said, right in. So we'll go to our best. Have we done our best everywhere else?
We have. We're done.
Cool. Best bet for the day in Australia, Beaver. There's one on the spot for you.
Best bet in the day.
Does Master Crusader just win? If you just want to throw something in a multi.
You would think so, yeah. $1.80, a bit skinny.
Is there one you're going to have a crack at?
Oh, look, I think Grey Worm's probably, really hard to beat. I think that's that's pretty nice value.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
$3.20 is one for me, and I do have a liking on It's a Kind of Magic in Melbourne.
Beautiful.
So they'll be the two that I'll definitely have a crack at.
I think the four I mentioned in Sydney are the ones I'm keenest on.
Yep.
Let's go Hellenism, Grey Worm, Graceful Glimmer, and Masked Crusader.
Yep.
Hopefully that should pay for my new TV that I want when I move out next week, move into a new joint next week, I should say. And it should be a fat day. We'll be back potentially Tuesday. If it's not this Tuesday, it'll be next Tuesday. We'll kick off a second show every week.
Yep.
Write in, give us your feedback, anything you want to know about, anything we should change, anything we should talk about. Otherwise, subscribe to us on Spotify through the Beer Garden Empire Sports Network. You get this and Footy and Frothies, which give us your footy preview and your Supercoach preview every week, which you might get on board and do a bit of Supercoach stuff with us once we're up and running.
I'm a genius at
Get into
Supercoach,
B. You're in our Supercoach comp, so we'll get plenty of that going. It's a lot of fun. Get involved with the banter. I'll leave you in charge of setting up a Twitter and Instagram for us. How's that sound?
Thanks, mate.
Get the young fella to do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Get our responsive Cal. And apart from that, enjoy your punting this weekend. Hopefully it's profitable, and we'll be back again next Thursday. Bye, Beaver.